fellow gardeners, welcome back. So we are here on our great and wonderful Tuesday, and let's go ahead and just say it's our tour Tuesday. We gotta get our tour on. So we're gonna check out the whole garden area and go through exactly what all has been going on here, so that way you guys can grow with us and learn with us. This is all a process and we're all doing it together. So let's go ahead and take a look at our garden and check out what's going on. So as you guys remember, everything out here we have is going to be our blackberries, our blueberries, our celery, and some lettuce. We don't have anything else really out here as it's not the time of season yet for it. But soon enough, as you guys, if you haven't checked it out already, check out our new seedling update. We did do a transplanting as well here recently, so don't forget to check that out. Also guys, don't ever forget to hit that like and subscribe down below, and don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. But back to what I was saying. So the only thing we have really out here is going to be our cold crops, because we are in the cold seasons here in zone 8. I do want to go ahead and go over with you guys the progress some of our stuff is making. So let's go ahead and check it out. So here you see, let me move this out as I do need to come out here and weed, and we got to do our weeding Wednesdays here soon. But as you can see here, this is shooting out a bunch of little pods, green little pods. And these green little pods are going to eventually blossom, and they're going to look great. Now I'm going to jump over here to our other one. This one has much bigger blossoms, as you guys can see there. Even though it doesn't have any leaves on it, that doesn't mean it's dead. Just because a plant doesn't have leaves on it doesn't mean it's totally dead. As you can see, it is blossoming. It's coming back. We're getting into the warmer season, so we're getting to see a lot more blossoming here. Now our last one over here is doing much better, and like I said, we got to do some weeding out here. But this one is doing much better. As you see, it's got a lot of leaves going on it. I'm very happy with how it's doing. Everything's looking great. We do have a lot of little blossoms trying to shoot out here on here. As you can see, right here along this limb, it's a little red here. And that's where some of the newer blossoms are going to come out as well. So now let's go ahead and take a look at our lettuce. Over here we do have our baby romaine. This is going to be our first few baby romaines, and what we do is we come out here and harvest them. And when I harvest the leaves, I pull it right from down here, down at the stalk, so that way it can keep producing and reproducing more lettuce. And then here is our butter crunch. As you can see, it is more fluffier. It is it is big, it is beautiful, it does look great. As you can see, it's got a lot more of a center to it. And with the butter crunch, there's two things you can do. You can harvest the butter crunch from the stem right there, cut it off, and it'll come back. Unlike even the baby romaine, if you want to just crop the whole thing, you would just do it from right here down here at this stem that's down here in the dirt, and you would cut it from there, and it would repopulate. And I'll show you a good reference. But this one is getting ready to harvest. We'll probably be harvesting this for our Harvest Thursday, so you guys keep tuned for that and don't miss out on that. Now I'm going to show you a few things here. So one thing for sure, something has been out here eating on the baby romaine. But this one has been here previously, as this was previously here from another stalk. What I'm going to now have to do with it is I'm going to have to cut it down, because see these little top things here? These are little seedlings. So this lettuce, baby romaine, is going into a seed, and the leaves in that on it are no good, and you can't eat it anymore. So I'll have to crop that one totally out. Here is another butter crunch. It is doing great. It looks great. Looks like a few leaves were snagged from it. We'll probably be harvesting this one too. I do see here there's a lot little newer ones here. So we'll give this till Thursday, and we'll start really harvesting from it. Over here we do have the Grand Rapids. These are doing great. These leaves are definitely a little bit more fluffier than the other ones. And as this grows, what I'll do is I'll come here and pull the leaves from the stalk. So we're still harvesting as it grows. Here is another one of our butter crunches, and as you guys remember, one of our butter crunches did get a hold of from this one here, and as you can see, it is growing some new leaves back after we did tear those other ones. So it is doing much better and doing a lot much better, making progress here, which is what we're really wanting. Now over here is our celery. This is going to be the celery. I got to measure it because it is getting taller. With your celery, you always want to harvest it right when it's right there at the 6 to 7 inches long. That's when it's going to be ready to harvest. Now with celery, you will get a couple times of a couple harvests from it. You should be able to get at least 2 to 3 harvests from your celery before you have to replant new ones. And then over here is another one of ours, but this is going to be actually the biggest one. And as you guys can see, like that one. Now, if you guys remember, this one was a lot smaller, and it is bushier, which is much better, and it's looking a lot better. And as they get taller, what I'll do is I'll come through here and I'll clamp them all together, bring them together like this to hold them up much better, and that way it'll help them get bigger as well. But the celery and all that's looking great. We still have a lot more coming out here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our trees. Alright guys, here we are at the front part of the property. As you can see, this is where we are at our Florida King peach tree. It still hasn't shown any blossoms yet, so we're hoping we should get some blossoms once we start to get really warmer. The satsuma is still the same. We still got a lot of green ends here. I'm hoping we'll get some really good blooms from it here soon, and start seeing some really good progress from it. But they're doing great. Everything's looking great. I have great hopes for our little trees here. Now, as you guys remember, we do have a lot of work to do in our front garden area. The front garden was already put here by the people that did the renovating of our home. I don't know why I couldn't think of it, but as you can see here, there is a lot of weeds growing through. I don't think they laid anything down for the weed barriers or anything, and there wasn't really a whole lot of mulch there anyways. So we definitely do have to come back through here to do some weeding, and I'm thinking of doing some plastic in this area because the weeds do come back really bad, and they like grow like no other, and they take over this whole area. Now, as you guys can see, I did cut the aloe plant down. It hasn't shown any new growth yet. With all the weeds, I don't blame it. I did keep some inside, so that way we can grow some in there. That all there was from the aloe plant itself. Like I say, I'm not really too concerned with this area. This area was here when we bought the house. I definitely do want to clean it up, make it look a lot better, definitely get these plants back to where they need to be. Our marigolds haven't shown to grow any growth back. I do have some more new seedlings coming back in the tent currently, and we're getting ready to be doing a whole new seedling update on those as well, as we did get new seedlings in. But everything is looking great for the most part. The garden on this side is the same way. We definitely do, like I said, need to do some weeding in that, and we'll kind of knock it all out for our weeding Wednesdays and that. But here, as you can see, the marigolds is still in the same state. Now, if you guys are wondering, what is this right here? This is actually used coffee grounds. This has helped build the soil in the ground. So I spread these out throughout my garden several times. Once we get a container filled, it'll help bring up the life of the soil, put nitrogen in the soil and everything. So I'm definitely happy about that. So as I was saying, guys, we did have that cold front, and it did kill our Gerber daisy, but it is starting to come back. As you see, this one leaf here, so it is starting to come back. Nothing else has really came back other than those few plants. Marigolds haven't came back either, but like I said, we definitely do need to do some weeding and some attention to the front garden area. Now, this over here is our other section. As you can see, we do need to cut some of the Canaan lilies as they have fallen over. So we're going to get those cleaned up too this weekend, and we're going to do a whole cleanup video on that. Now, this first pot I definitely do want to go over with you guys. This is beautiful. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. This is going to be our red acre cabbage. It's looking really good. Looks like we do have some pollen on it, but it's really healthy. The leaves are looking great. I really can't argue with them. They are looking fabulous, guys. Like, look at these leaves. Look how purple and vibrant these are. Now, when I first brought these out here, if you guys don't remember, I'm going to just go ahead and show you a quick picture of those really quick. We went from that to this, and look at it. It's beautiful, and it's only been out here in probably a whole month, and it's doing this. It's blossoming. It's looking great. Like, I really cannot argue with it at all. Like, I really can't wait for us to get some harvest out of it and really get goods out of it. Now this one, this is gonna be our scarlet carrots. As you can see, we definitely do need to come through here and cut some grass. But I want to go ahead and show you guys exactly what's going to take place here. So as you can see here, this is a carrot. If my camera would cooperate. Now, for some reason, I don't know how this took place, but when I transplanted it, the carrot got overlapped here, and it's on top of the other carrot. So what I'll have to do is this one will eventually come fully out of the ground. We're going to keep them pretty much covered up, so that way they'll stay in the ground a little bit longer. But with this one will end up being done way sooner than what it should be. But everything else is looking great. No other carrots have popped out yet. This is going to be our mint. Now, our mint is in a pot by itself. You never want to plant your mint in the ground with any other plants, as what'll end up happening is the mint will take over that garden, because they grow through their vines, and with them growing through their vines, it'll kill off anything else that it has there. As you can see, this is definitely much older right here, and this is a lot of the newer stuff. So even though it dies back a little bit, it's gonna come back because it grows through its roots and that. Now, here is another pot of our scarlet carrots. They're doing really well. They're really bushy. And let's see here. As you can see here, that's the stalk of the carrot. That's where the carrot's gonna really grow from. So they're looking great. You'll always know when the carrots are ready is when they really start pushing out of the ground and you really start seeing that carrot bulge out. But we're not seeing anything bulge out, which is good. That means everything's still growing and it's not ready to be harvested yet. But once they are, we should have a great harvest. Alright guys, so that's everything that we have going on currently in the garden. Now, we are planning on doing a lot more back there. For example, we currently do have a dumpster back there to get rid of a lot of the trash that we found in the woods on our property. So that way we're cleaning it up and that before we really start doing anything with it. Once we get everything cleaned up and that, we're going to expand the garden even more. We are eventually going to add on to our property with a shed and a greenhouse, so that way we can have a better area for our seedlings and get way more out, which will be a much better thing for us. We'll get more production out of it and get a lot more harvested, and even be able to might even give back, hopefully. So we're hoping for good things. We got a lot in progress. I really am looking forward to this whole year with you guys. We got so much growth that's going to take place. We're going to see so many changes. We're going to have so much fun this year. I'm really stoked about it. I hope you guys are too. But that is going to be all for today, guys. I got to get back to cleaning up. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe down below, and don't forget to hit that bell so that way you don't miss out on any of the new upcoming videos. And don't forget to check us out on TikTok and Facebook, as we got our pages there too. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and deuces.